GM Indirect, your virtual technology store.
The one thing that scares many companies in the computer industry is Microsoft. Why? They're big, they're powerful, and they're innovative, and that makes for a very scary competitor when you're out there. But they do have some things that I think are just fascinating. One of them, Encarta95, shows us how the Windows interface will look in the future, today, on Computer Insider. It's amazing how a simple request can turn into a very interesting evening. This past week, my son came up to my youngest boy to ask for a little bit of help in working on a school assignment. And taking the opportunity to go through my library of CD-ROM-based software to see what was new that I haven't tried out yet, I decided to have a look at Encarta95. Now, what really grabbed me was this feature here, the pull-down menus. It is so refreshing to come into the system, and I think this is what you're going to see more of as Windows 95 comes around. At any rate, stepping it through the application, we're trying to make a little essay for school. What I did is I went down to the timeline, which was the button here, put in the years. Now, I only wanted to see the artists from the mid-60s. So I put in 1965 to 1965. The listing over here of the artists, because we're in the music session for live performance, came up with only the artists that were actually working in that era. And I picked the Beatles because it's pretty generic stuff. They came up with a picture, an article, it's just behind the picture, and we blew up the picture because that's one of the nice things about working in Windows. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller. Now also, by using the pull-down menus here, we can take the information and copy it into clipboard, and that takes the data and allows us to move it over to another application. In this case, we've gone into our word processor and pasted the information into the document so we can work with it and massage it. Going back over to Encarta95, why don't we pick up the picture? Same process. We click on the icon to tell it that we want to take this image and put it into clipboard. We go back over to our word processor, and I'll move the text down so we can put it in up top here. We click on paste, and lo and behold, our picture will appear. Remember, faster machines do this job faster than older machines. A little tip for you, and this is an important thing if you're doing any amount of graphical work in word processing. It's a good idea when you're using Word to put a frame around the picture. And the reason that you want to do that is normally the text would go below or above the image. By using a frame and then shrinking the picture down, you can wrap your text around the picture just like we've done there. And that's a very important concept when you're trying to do essays and assignments because it just makes things look so much more professional. Anyway, we've gone back over to Encarta95. And again, this interface is so nice to work in. And I think you're going to see a lot more of it. I think this is the taste of software to come down the road. We can move up and down just like we do in any of our Windows work, click on our information, and come over into the text. Now, you see these words here that are highlighted in red? We'll take this one over here. If you click on these items, you get more information. For example, we talked about Canada, clicked on Ontario. Now we have all the information on Ontario. We have our visuals here, we have our pull-downs. We can copy it and move it back over into our essay. I guess we're doing an assignment on the Beatles in Ontario right now. This could only happen in good old Ontario. It's a fascinating system, and what's happening is the entire way that we do our jobs at work, at school, is all changing because we have access to so much more information through things like Encarta and other encyclopedias that having a CD-ROM player has got to be a must for everybody to have in their computer system. At any rate, as this is very interesting, let's head back over to the studio and look at some of the technicalese of this. I'd have to say that if I was building a personal library of CD-ROMs, Encarta95 would be definitely on the list because it had lots of fabulous information. Almost as good as our Fax on Demand system where we have the latest computer industry news. If you want to find out what's happening, dial into our 800 number, that's the middle number on the screen, and find out a no-charge service to you from Computer Insider. Coming up, we're going to be meeting with Dave Black of Silicon Graphics to have a look at how they're treating video moving into the latter part of this decade right here on Computer Insider.
Only Sharp presentation systems deliver the winning combination. Don't miss your next opportunity. Get the Sharp Edge. From a family of incredibly vivid computer projection panels to our convergence-free LCD projectors, you too can have multimedia presentation power like never before. Up to 16 million colors in computer, video, or combined. Sharp presentation systems and you, the winning combination.
Isn't technology wonderful? Look how it brings people together.